Hey everybody, Carly Rakowski here with eXp Realty. I love to get on here and raise the roof on some real estate, but today I want to talk about diversification. We live in such a beautiful, wonderful country, big melting pot that just, has all sorts of diverse people. We all look different, we all think different, we all have different opinions, and we're allowed these things. Because in many places around the world, honestly, you're not allowed a lot of the things that we are, a lot of the freedoms. It makes it such a wonderful place because you get this technology, you get these innovative ideas when you come together. You get healthy debates that help to solve issues that are going on with our country and a lot of times in other parts of the world. And just because you think different or just because you may look different doesn't mean you should not have access to education. Does not mean you should not have access to employment. It does not mean that you should not have access to housing. So if you're not aware, April is the Fair Housing Act month. And just to give a little bit of background, in 1866, it actually became illegal to discriminate based on race when it came to housing. But it really wasn't enforceable. I don't think they really had like an entity to enforce this. So I'm not sure exactly like what it looked like after this law passed. I'm sure it probably kind of stayed the same then. But anyways, moving forward to 1968, when President Johnson was in office, he actually extended this. There's just a lot of ugly things going on. You had riots, you had killings. Unfortunately, the killing of Martin Luther King Jr. and him and his administration were like, okay, we need to step it up and do something. So one of the things they did was the Civil Rights Act of 1968, which basically said, hey, you cannot discriminate when it comes to housing, rentals, or lending, right? And the classes that were protected were, of course, race. And then they extended it to national origin and religion. Later on, they extended it to sex, and even a little bit later, I believe in 1988, they even extended it to disabilities as well as familial status, including pregnant women. And also what changed is now it was enforceable. So you had, a group, an entity that was able to enforce and make sure that this law was actually, being practiced and that no other person, was going against the law. And if you do go against the law, it's a pretty hefty fine. So I advise you just not to do it. Anyways, so some examples, I'll give you a few examples of what's prohibited. Like, you cannot refuse to sell your house to one of the protected classes. You cannot change the price, have it marked at this price for this class and then say, oh, I don't like your class, so I'm going to mark the house higher. Another thing you can't do, you can't like be conniving and be like, oh, all of a sudden my house isn't for sale, just because they don't like you for whatever reason. So those are just some examples. And my best advice, just we're all here, trying to live our lives. Just, show some love, because we're only here for a short period of time. Enjoy it. Get along. Listen to some other ideas, listen to some other opinions, and just debate, talk about it. There's definitely nothing wrong with that, and it's actually pretty healthy too for you. So anyways, I hope you guys all have a blessed day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.